continue with our exploration of the topic excellence mindset. Today we will talk about why and how. Let's get started. Before we continue with exploring why we should make excellence mindset a goal and how to do it, let's just recap what we had discussed in an earlier lesson where we talked about what is excellence, what is mindset, and when we take the two together, what it actually means. So excellence, as we had defined, is the habit of someone continuously striving to be a better version of himself or herself. This means that the person is always trying to think better, to act better, and to emote better than their previous self. So in other words, it's a process of continuously learning and improving. And mindset, on the other hand, we had also explored what is mind and what is the relationship between mind and brain, and then the meaning of the word set on its own. Now, in our previous discussion, I had drawn an analogy between liquid cement concretizing or jelly taking the form of its mold to represent to you the meaning of set. Well, it is partially true, and we had also agreed the mind, unlike jelly or liquid cement, does not take a permanent form. It is versatile, so it continues to change. Therefore, the right analogy or the right definition for the word set in mindset would be tuning to a frequency. Yeah? So setting the mind or tuning the mind to the right frequency so that the mindset enables excellence. So excellence mindset, when taken together, means excellence, or the habit of continuously improving and becoming better, that stems from being able to tune one's mind and set it at a frequency that facilitates optimal neuroplasticity. Yes, I had promised that we would talk about neuroplasticity again, and here it is. We want to tune the frequency of our brain. Okay, so mindset is all about tuning the frequency of the brain such that it enables a habit of continuously learning and improving and striving to become a better version of oneself each and every day. Let's look at what is neuroplasticity next. Neuroplasticity is a quality of the brain whereby the brain continuously grows and changes. When I say the brain continuously changes, I do not mean the mass of the brain itself, but rather within the mass of the brain, the neurons continue to grow new neuronal connections. Well, you know that the brain has 100 billion neurons, and each neuron has on it 1,000 docking points or connection points. So these connection points can connect with other neurons. It creates neuronal pathways by connecting with other neurons. And imagine the number of permutations that is possible to create pathways in the brain. Essentially, learning something new, a habit, a behavior, an information, learning to think differently, changing your belief, meaning learning to believe differently, or even learning to feel differently. It's all a result of changing the neuronal pathway along which the impulses, the tiny electrical impulses, are sent. So the more you repeat the use of a pathway, the faster the travel of the corresponding electrical impulses down that path, and this is how habits are formed. Unthinkingly, you do something by default, or you believe something by default. You think about something by default. It happens faster and faster. The more you do it, the faster it happens. So, this is neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is the ability of the neurons in your brain to continuously form new pathways, which tells you if you are gifted with this ability. Clearly, this tells us that this is the correct and empowering way to live our life. We need to change. We need to learn new things. And this is why we need to make excellence mindset a goal. Right? It's the way we are created. Can you imagine how wonderful this brain of ours is? It has immense power. There's no limit to what we can do. So let's not limit ourselves. When we make our students and our children aware of this, then they can grow limitlessly. Isn't that wonderful? Now, apart from forming new pathways through different permutations of neuronal connections, neuroplasticity can also lead to a larger systematic change through cortical remapping. What does this mean? We will look into it when we are further advanced in discussing this topic, right? So for now, just understand that the brain that we are gifted with is immensely powerful, and we are hardly using perhaps less than 1% of its strength. And if we want to use it more, we need to develop a habit of continuously changing and learning and growing. We have to. And if we wanted to really be excellent, we have to set the brain to a frequency that optimizes neuroplasticity. If I have not convinced you yet to set achieving excellence mindset as a goal so that you can become a person who's committed to becoming excellent throughout your life, and in so doing modeling it to your students and your children, let me Now just wave a little deterrent in front of you. What happens if you don't make excellence mindset your goal? Well, why? When you adopt or when you commit to excellence mindset, in other words, when you commit to tuning your mind in order to facilitate maximum neuroplasticity, you grow. If you don't do that, what happens to you? You diminish. You go into atrophy. Is that what we want? I don't think so. I hope this lesson has been useful to you. If you like what you learned today, please click the like button, subscribe, join me as we explore this topic further. I will come on every Wednesday with another lesson on this topic. Bye. It's been a pleasure.